Hello and welcome everyone to another MMO Anthropology. I'm your host Amarist. I'll be playing my character on Star Trek Online Subroutine because today, instead of doing a video about community or economy or something actually anthropologically related, I'm going to be reviewing a starship in Star Trek Online, as such as you can call it. That is Starship. It is the Elachi Sheshar Dreadnought Cruiser, which is a brand new ship. It happens to drop out of these things right here, 1,000 Zen boxes that sometimes falls out. I got one, so I'm going to be showing it to you. See you on the other side. Welcome back, everybody. So the first thing that I wanted to do was give you a look at what it looks like, but particularly I want to show you the different customizations on it. Then I'll get along to giving you an idea of its loadout and what it's up to. I think what we're looking at here is I've got the Borg shield on it, and I think I'm seeing Borg shield effects. No, I don't know. So basically this is our Dreadnought, and I'm turning it every which way. As you can see, it looks kind of a little bit like, people joke that it looks a little bit like a Cylon base star. That's because the Sheshar is here, and it has an assault craft attached underneath. This portion here detaches and shoots stuff in space. There's a console for that. So this ship has 3 different skins that I'm aware of. It has Elachi Type 1, which you're seeing right here, which is a very black skin. It has Elachi Type 2, which is a slightly grayish skin. And finally, it can take the upgrade skin, which is just kind of greenish, I guess. I prefer Type 1, because I like my ship looking black as death. So we'll get out of here, because I don't want to change anything. And next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to launch myself into space on top of ESD here and show you what the ship looks like out there. See you in a moment. Alright, as promised, I'm out in space, right next to Space Dock here, to give you a look of what it looks like in space and probably give you an idea of some of the things that she does. The Sheshar comes with 1 hangar, and I have the frigates installed, so let me launch one of the frigates. They're kind of a crab-like spacecraft, but the crab bits point backwards and not forwards. And I'll also launch the attached assault craft here for you. Or not. Hold on, I'll jump forward a little bit because my assault craft is on cooldown. There we go, it's off cooldown. Here's the animation of launching the assault craft. It's a nice little thing. It's just covered in cannons, and it flies a little bit like a cruiser. This reminds me a lot of the Chevron separation. And of course, I also have the support craft, the support and control Elachi craft, which enables me to have 2 frigates in the field, 1 assault craft, and 2 command and support and control craft. And so this, in spite of the fact that this ship only has 1 hangar, I can have like these 5 pets in the field. So let's take a look at its loadout, the way that it's laid out. So here's the ship, here's its layout. Basically it has 5 front, 3 in back, and I'm just going to tell everyone, this is probably not at all ideal of a setup for anyone who's a high DPSer. I did this primarily because I'm greatly amused by the fact that Elachi cannons give you the crescent fire effect, and I have to install this thing if I want all of the Elachi gimmicks, which means that I've already got a cannon in front. So I went with 2 cannons in front, 2 turrets in back, and 3 beams. And of course the Elachi torpedo launcher. And that's because I'm going like, this is a full Elachi gimmick ship for me. And as you can see, it's got 4 engineering consoles, 3 science consoles, 4 tactical consoles. I believe it has a 1.3 shield modifier. This is solidly a cruiser. So as you go up the masteries, the final mastery here is called Torpedo Barrage, which actually doesn't really make that much sense on a Dreadnought Cruiser, because as you'll see in a moment, it enables Torpedo High Yield 1 after launching a torpedo High Yield attack. Since most people are unlikely to put a torpedo on a cruiser in the first place, this is a really weird place to put a torpedo mastery. Of course, I'm using the Elachi torpedo, which is hilarious when you happen to use high yield torpedoes. Something that you're not seeing at the moment is, because I'm using the Elachi Lobi set, I should be getting something called Unspeakable Energy, which is neat little balls of yellow-green that swirl around me. And no, excuse me, that's called Haywire. Unspeakable Energy is what is supposed to trigger on Elachi ships, giving me 6, but apparently this does not count as an Elachi ship. Looks great, has lots of pets, so if you're a carrier fan, this one actually kind of acts like a carrier. When it comes down to a similarity to other ships, this one really reminds me heavily of the Odyssey Tactical, which has a very similar set of engineering, tactical, and science, except for I believe this one may get an extra tactical slot on top of the Odyssey Tactical. And here is the stations. It gets 1 Lieutenant Commander Universal, it gets a Lieutenant Tactical, it gets a Commander Engineering, an Ensign Engineering, and a Lieutenant Commander Intel Science, which is also very similar to the Tactical Odyssey. The difference is that you get this Ensign Engineering rather than a Universal Engineering. Well, and of course, because this is a Tier 6 ship, you get yourself your random intelligence stuff. And I, of course, went with Electromagnetic Pulse Probe because I find that to be one of the most hilarious intelligence powers there exists. So this is the look, the feel, the loadout on this ship, and the fact that you can launch all the creepy looking crap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into a short little firefight to show you this in action, and maybe you'll get a chance to see some of the Elachi gimmicks. So I'll see you on the other side. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of combat with this thing, and everyone can see what a terrible, terrible player I am. But we're going to fly in here, and we're going to wreck some face, which this ship does extremely well, and I'm going to show off one of the gimmicks. This ship can be equipped with the Crescent Barrage, which I may or may not have. Yep, 2 people. It doesn't hit that hard, but it's hard enough to do some damage, and I should not have flown right into the suck. I've already launched everything, including my support and control craft, and my assault craft. Oh, this hamburger's almost already done here. So, oops, yep. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to jump, I'm going to cut here, and I'm going to jump to another firefight to show this off. So I'll see you in the next location. Alright, we're coming on station to another hamburger here. So I figured that I would come over here and mess these guys up a little bit. And hopefully I can give my assault craft a chance to show off what it can do. We'll just shoot a little bit here. Some cannon fire and some broadsides. Of course, the problem is that along with most ships with pets and carriers, that you fly ahead of your pets and they lose you really rapidly in the next. Now, one of the things to note, this ship does have a turn of 6. Now, I don't know if it really gets a better turn or not when I released my assault craft, but for some reason it feels like it does, but that might be because I've flown an Odyssey for forever, and I'm used to getting a massive turn bonus when I finally release my chevron. But it may or may not exist. It may be totally an illusion to me. Having a turn rate of 6 and being pretty much a standard cruiser, this thing has a really, really poor time on target. However, it is also pretty solid. Its shields have to take one hell of a beating to go down, and if you're an engineer, they might never go down. Where are my frigates? There we go. One of the things that I've noticed also is that just like Chevron separation on the Odyssey, the assault craft gets killed really easy, so I have to actually pay attention to it. That's it right here. Because it will sneak off and blow up. No, that's not it. Where is it? So, being that it's a pet but not a carrier pet means that there's always a chance you're going to miss it when it does go up. There we go. All those crescents. I really enjoy that the Elachi cannons are crescents, and I'm kind of frustrated and annoyed when if I have.
Make your way to their locations.
Ooh, planet killers, excellent. I guess I'll be going and killing them immediately after this. I'm a little bit annoyed that the Elachi beams don't have a special effect of any sort, so that's why I have cannons on this.
We have 10 minutes to destroy as many as possible.
Thank you for that. Overall, as a conclusion, I really like this ship. It's very rare, very hard to get, because it has a ridiculously low drop from those R&D boxes. It is a lovely looking vessel. I think that Cryptic should fix the unspeakable energy proc on the Haywire from the Lobby set of Elachi consoles, so that it recognizes that this is in fact an Elachi ship. I should point out that these are the frigates that you can get with this. That's one thing that I did not go over. These are the frigates. This is the, I believe, the rare frigates, which come with a dual cannon in front, dual heavy cannon, a torpedo launcher, a turret, and something called elusive target. And they also use torpedo spread, cannon rapid fire, and really the lifesaver here is that subspace jump, which allows them to get into position really quickly. You, of course, can have 2 of those. But let me see if I've got the other. This is what it comes with, which are shuttles. I believe that you can have 2 of these, 4 of these in the field at any one time. If you will, with the shuttles, of course, have dual beam banks, a torpedo launcher, a turret, and high-yield torpedoes. And these are Elachi high-yield torpedoes, I assume. And Elachi torpedoes do some funky stuff when they're high-yield. So that could be a lot of fun, especially if you've got 4 of these little babies in the field. But I personally like frigates, and so I'm going to be going for the very rare frigates, which I assume will be popping out of fleet starbases at some point. Like I said, it is solidly a cruiser. Oh, ha, what do you know? My assault craft must be dead somewhere, so you're going to get to see the return animation. I think it'll fly. Yep, it flies up under you, backs up, and connects. And it has pretty much the same sound that you hear when you do chevron reattachment and chevron separation. It even has that plume of gas when it separates and etc. So here we go. This has been the Elachi Sheshar Dreadnought Cruiser for your enjoyment. I hope you like the way that it looks and the way that I've shown it off. I've even given you a chance to look at the Crescent Wave Barrage, which actually you get from the Slagulth Elachi Escort, and I have combined that with the little command and support, or control and support craft that you get from the Elachi Monbosh, which is another great ship. And so this ship is literally all Elachi all the way down, except for maybe the Borg shield, the Borg set, so that my shields come back when they blow up. And that's it for today. Thanks everyone for coming along. Meanwhile, as always, good night, good dreams, and like, comment, and subscribe, or the Elachi will come abduct you.